Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So the man, the myth, the legend. Tell everybody at Carolina Matt News who you are.
Steve Martin from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Steve Martin. All right. So Steve Martin, you're pretty remarkable. You've had a remarkable career. Probably one of the most celebrated wrestlers of our time. And so we're here. And obviously that takes total commitment to reach the levels that you did. So tell us about that. What is total commitment for wrestling in your mind?
I think total commitment, you first got to build a love for the sport, for the kids. And then it's basically, I would say it's developing from a technical viewpoint on a daily basis, which means you got to watch tape, correct mistakes. Kind of like any type of job that you have, you have to be very dedicated, and you got to really have a love for it, because wrestling's not an easy sport. If you don't love it, it's not good, because it's not like a basketball or football where you get instant gratification. You take a lot of licks, and it's an individual sport. You can't really blame anybody when things don't go your way.
Right.
So total commitment's daily. It's a daily thing.
Okay. So tell us about your schedule. You guys have won the state championship how many times?
22 team state tournament, I think 5 or 6 dual times. I don't know, high 20s, something like that.
All right. So what does the schedule look like for Great Bridge to get to that level in general?
I think it's important. You kind of got to keep them on task, and you got to gauge it to a team. Prior highlight of the year is Super 32 in BCD East and high school nationals. We have a real young team. We're recycling through after I took this program back over a couple years ago. So, you got to keep them. You got to keep them, wrestling basically year round. Okay. Fall, spring, summer, and of course during the season.
Sure. So I just saw you got called to say, hey, let's get this thing back going for the finals. One last question. We know you knew Dan Gable. Tell us a great Dan Gable story or memory.
Well, one time he told us, this is the last one of these. We're doing wind sprints after a couple hour practice. I think he was mad at us. We did probably lost or something. Somebody. But we kept doing wind sprints. He goes, last one of these. And he goes, this is the last one. And when we did the last one, it wasn't the last one. So a couple of our guys started crying in the team and complaining. So he just started doing sprints and started throwing oranges at us in the middle of the mat. Oranges and apples. They're getting thrown at us. Kind of, it's probably about as funny as
That's pretty great. Well, hey, you're running a great tournament. It's really great. There's a few North Carolina teams up here, which is why we're here. So how did you decide what North Carolina teams to invite up here? Did you decide, or?
Well, I mean, we have a long-standing relationship with Newbern. They've been coming to camp for probably 30, 40 years. Tom Marsh is there back in these days now. We have a new crew in there, Bo Lynch. So we have we do camps for them a lot. And then the first flight coach, he's been at camp forever. And Curly Tuck, we've had alumni coach there, so it's kind of how we pick, the North Carolina schools.
Very nice. All right, well, we appreciate you. Thank you again. We'll see you around.
Yep, thank you.
Bye.